Ooh. What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is Astral Dusk.
Dusk.
The team that hopefully soon will have a theme song and a logo. We're working on it. It's going to be cool. My name's Nerdy. I'm the GM of the game.
Rob Russo, I'm not the GM of the game.
My name is Brian Kling, and you can ask Jeeves where to find me.
Don't do that.
Clarus Polaris, Duck, go.
Yes! Yes!
I didn't think it was that good.
Yes!
Thank
No,
you.
fuck you. That was great. I'm Clarus Polaris, Duck, go. Fucking own.
And I'm Captain Crail, boing foot.
What? This is
All right.
the show where we play Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm not getting that.
Y'all, speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, things that aren't that, we have some ideas coming up for other games that we want to be trying out on the channel. Daggerheart just relaunched. Just launched 1.5, the final part of its beta playtest. We're hoping to play that in the near future. DC20 has sent us the beta test play rules for their game. And also our Kids with Capes game is coming soon. In the comments down below, let us know which of those you're most interested in, because I want to know what to prioritize. There's too many games being released this year, and I don't actually know what, like, the people who... I'm down to make stuff to try and get new eyes on the channel, but I'm so grateful to people who do watch any of the shit that we make on a regular basis. So if you're one of those people, let us know what you want to see from us, so that we can make... We want to make more games. We're Astral Dusk isn't going anywhere, but we don't want to just be a D&D channel. We want to do all TTRPGs. That's why we start with Candela. Obviously this year we've played Daggerheart on the other channel, but it's, you know, linked here. And we really want to get into all of the other games that people are making, and I want to know what you guys want to see first. Thank you for letting us know. Before we get into today's show, I have to remind you all, and by I'm going to say, Robin, give us all a reminder about what they can get over at MistyMountainGaming.com.
Oh, Misty Mountain Gaming! You can get dice.
Jeez, look at that.
Dice. You can get dice-themed paraphernalia. TTRPG shit. It's a veritable shop of things where you can get things that a shop that holds items will get. We got dice trays. We got dice holders. We got dice again. Core dice, metal dice, liquid dice. Use code NERDY15 when you're there to get 50% off your order, and it helps
coward.
us, bitch.
It helps us, bitch.
Freak loser. Do it.
If you're like, why do you guys only have the same two sponsors every time? It's because they use language like that. I'm so sorry, Misty Mountain Gaming. So sorry.
We're not
That's
sorry.
where the
We're not
apology
sorry.
comes in.
I'll give
Yeah,
you
I was like, of everything.
No, it's
I've done.
They
beautiful.
don't watch
That's the
our
best one I've done.
show.
Very memorable.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciated that. Yeah, Nerdy915 is the code. Go over there. They have core and liquid dice. I don't know what the difference between those two things is, but Robin does, so.
Core is
Liquid dice.
just solid.
Is it just dice with great abs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't skip ab day. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
not like I do. Y'all ready to play some Donda?
No.
Okay, what's up?
I just no.
Nothing to announce?
I'm ready now. I
Great.
just need that moment.
If you want to see us in the near future, Clarus and I will be at Gen Con this year. I want to be clear. I know. There's some stuff. It's tough. I have commitments to a company there that had nothing to do with Gen Con's decision around the Crit Awards, and so we have decided to keep our commitments because it's not their fault.
This also goes for most people
yeah.
who are going, you can't...
That's not Misty Mountain Gaming.
No, he's
What was
making
that?
noise.
Was that a natural noise, or did you play a sound effect?
That was
Rolling
D&D
in.
Beyond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was making noise.
But no, Robin's right. A lot of people have a lot committed into Gen Con this year. It's
Yeah.
a complicated situation.
And you can't just cancel plane tickets.
Yeah.
It's,
So
Yeah.
Clarus and I will be there. If you want to come talk about TTRPG stuff, we would love that. It would be very fun.
I might still. I don't know yet.
Well, you can road trip
Depending on
with us.
Depending on
stuff.
Fair.
Yeah, I will be. You'll see me wearing a Game Master badge if I'm a standby Game Master for a company. I don't know if I can say what company yet, but who knows? You might actually. I might DM you at Gen Con. That'll be fun.
What?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, shall we play?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Wow, that was such a short intro. I feel like because we didn't do 10 minutes of bullshit, it like was too short.
It was weird. Do you want us to
Oh,
vamp
you
for a
want
bit?
bullshit, eh?
Where's the vamp? We can vamp.
Roll up your rolled up sleeve.
Shut the fuck up.
After rescuing 2 bronze dragons and a silver kobold from a mountain stronghold of a wizard named Malthuriel, our Astral Dusk team has absconded with a wicker basket side table of holding into the dark woods at the base of the mountain. A woods that, according to Azel, a kobold who has never been outside, has a hag. Or hags. He did say multiple.
Good point.
The hags are out there.
Been outside. We don't know.
Oh, he is living La Vida Loca right now. Everything he sees now is a new experience. And he's like licking things. Azel is having the time of his life.
Oh, maybe don't do that.
Teller's
Maple syrup.
writing down everything that is happening. Speaking of Teller, you finish your intro and then I want to...
I mean, we're pretty much there. You guys are in the woods.
Hell yeah. I would like to know what Teller knows about hags. If
Roll a
any,
history check for me.
If... 'cause
Wait,
it's like
can I double
fairy
that of
tales
what
and
I-
stuff? I don't know.
Me to do reading? Because I feel like we would... I'm like, did I read in Draconic anything about hags? I'm just kidding. History?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me running. 19.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know how I would do
It's
that.
a plus
that seems
5.
difficult.
It's really
but,
hard. My old vocal mentor
Maybe
used to
on a
say that.
treadmill you could like stay in sync and it would work.
On a treadmill, maybe. Or no, someone is running and the other person is like monkeying onto them from the front. You know what I mean?
So just
Oh,
the
Right.
person,
like
the person,
I could do that
Yeah,
to you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyway, you don't know much about hags.
It'd all be books in theory anyway, right? It wouldn't be.
No,
Not even. Yeah.
not even in Kryn. No.
Okay.
You've heard of hags from
Yeah.
only fairy tales, but like fairy tales in a way that even you don't know that they're real, because the magical world around you, hags are not a part of. You are with a 19 though. You are more familiar with the concept of hags from the time before the Cataclysm when plane shifting existed.
Okay.
And that they are a I was about to say maleficent, but that's a person, not an idea. They are
Malicious.
a malicious. That's the word I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
They are a malicious force of trickery and evil in other planes, but not native or familiar in any way on Kryn.
Cool.
And
Not even in like a scary bedtime story or like a.
that would be the closest,
Yeah,
but
like a
even that
rhyme
would
or-
be rare.
Yeah, okay.
There's so many things that go bump in the night in Kryn
Yeah.
that hags would not be one of them.
Cool.
With that roll, do we know anything about covens?
No,
Okay. There's
no,
story
you've
about
only
multiple
ever
hags.
heard of hags is solitary
Okay.
creatures.
Okay. That's good to know.
Is there any chance we could try to dispel whatever's going on with this basket? And Ben's just poking it.
It's just on harvest back.
Do we want to do this now? Do we want to see what the day holds for us and then do it
Yeah.
as we're resting
Just
later?
maybe.
Hold on to a dispel magic until we...
Absolutely necessary.
Not absolutely necessary, but that nothing else is absolutely necessary.
I
like
will
that.
Like
say
before arrest.
this: it is not the straps are not perfect, and so while you are wearing a side table on your back, your mobility is somewhat limited.
Okay. Do we want to do it now?
Probably. Can I?
You're carrying like a table on your back, so
Yeah,
you're not
a side
as
table's like
you're
this
not
big.
as like dexterous and like able to get on the battlefield as you normally would be.
have speed.
Can we transform it into a waifu cup of holding?
I mean, you would only be able to get a few things in and out of that hole.
Yeah, the whole.
Because a bag of holding is limited by what fits in the mouth of it.
Right.
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying that like you will have disadvantage on things like dexterity checks and stuff like that
Sure,
while you have
that's
a
fine.
side table
I'll
on your back.
survive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I'll
gonna say
be
we
fine.
could do it now and then we know.
Maybe. No.
What?
Well, maybe the hag to do it for us?
No, because we want the hag to do as little as possible.
Yeah.
This
Because-
bag could be our bargaining chip.
Why? What?
that's not-
What is it about hags though
Look.
that makes it so?
All of these-
Deals and trickery and all that jazz.
just malice,
Do I
viciousness.
know anything about devils? Do they exist in Kryn?
Yeah.
Do they also have that same kind of thing that you usually have, where it's like deals and trickery and shit?
I mean, it depends on the devil.
Yeah.
I mean, you would, from a small town, you would not have
would
any
not know
interaction with that. Yeah.
So it's like so it's just a deal. I just make a bargain with them.
But the bargain is always in favor of them, and normally at detriment to yourself in a mental or physical capacity. Maybe it'll be the firstborn, your firstborn.
Think of it as an unfair trade, but at your disadvantage. So you get what you want, but you give something up.
And the thing that you get is normally it's a twist on what you actually desire. If you ask someone to come back from the dead, they come back, but they're a skeleton, rotting corpse.
Yeah. Read the fine print.
Oh.
Now, theory. This is all speculation based on rumor from what I've heard, but that's about all I have.
Oh, so it's not for real. Like they might just be nice people living out here who.
Well, for the longest time, even the gods were a rumor.
That's true.
I think you got me there.
I mean, also,
It's
I
all
mean,
right.
the kobolds are the ones who are against them. They said, "Oh, the hags, they're scary," and they are
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
They're very scary.
But
No,
they're
what was
not.
it, like
but
a
we are
terrorist?
also not aligned with the kobolds, so
Enemy of
But
my
they
enemy.
can turn you into stuff.
yes,
Soaking that
I
wizard.
have heard.
What kind of stuff?
If you
I
say
know,
something
like
unnatural,
frogs,
I'll catch.
uh,
Who said it?
goats, cats, dogs.
So animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, and lots of things. I'm just naming things I know about. I've never seen a cat or a dog, but I've heard about them.
Let's try to eat.
Well, actually, that's not 100% true.
What do you mean?
Well, you know how I look different right now than I did when I was killing you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that...
I've like PTSD about that, so I've blocked it out.
Oh, well then, no, then you've never seen a dog before.
Wait, that's a dog? I thought that
That's
was...
a big dog.
It's a wolf. It's a kind of dog.
Are those the same thing?
Close.
Okay.
Stupid.
Cool. No, that's... Well, I don't know. Hag just sounds scary. It's a scary word.
Hag.
Oh, because it's 3 letters, like Cal.
Fuck off.
Well, you
Don't
I'm not
say his
scary.
name.
We're allowed to. Yeah, no, you are
Sorry.
right. No, she is
Paimon.
right. She is right.
Piven.
Pies.
Who's Paimon?
Guys, no. I don't like that voice. That's scarier than the hag.
Maybe the hag, and the hag is just Paimon from Genshin.
So, what are we doing?
Right.
I think we've been walking this whole
Into the
time.
woods and out of the woods.
You're
All
fine
right.
with just carrying it? Okay.
You
End
guys,
of day.
you guys have entered into a dead wood. The trees here are bleached white and withered. There are no leaves on any of them, and there are no leaves on the ground. It has been a time since this forest was alive, and what life was here has long since decomposed and decayed into nothingness. As you begin your journey through this wood, the creak of the bark is the only sound heard for long stretches of time. And the trees, though not particularly close together, are arrayed around you in a way where you quickly begin to lose sight of anything but trees in every direction. And there's a moment where you realize that even when you turn around, the mountain you had left not long ago, as the sun is still setting above you, is no longer there. You can see nothing but bleach white bark and a path that leads forward, on and on and on through the forest. As the sun sets and the forest around you becomes truly too dark to even see the bleached white bark of the trees in the distance, where you can only see the things closest to you. The ominous presence of this forest begins to become overbearing on you, particularly for the 2 dragons with you, who have experienced nothing but a hole in the ground and chains. Their first brush with freedom, now marred by the darkness of the setting you find yourselves in. Yes, Harvest.
Am I a wolf?
No, you're not.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
What's up, darling? You have an inquisitive look on your face.
You know how I'm kind of connected to like the moons back home. Well, I should be a wolf right now. Because it's for 3 days that I transform at night, and so that's just odd.
On that, you look up into the night sky, and you do see a moon in the distance. But it's not full. It's a crescent moon.
Different cycles then.
Are-
Even though they keep the same kind of time schedule, the cycles of the moons are different.
Well, and it's not the same moon, is it?
Nope. There's
No.
only one moon in the sky.
Yeah.
It's Earth.
Oh, it's still a celestial body.
Let's go watch Star Wars.
I was gonna say it's the Death Star.
To be able like in the middle of like the Russian
That's
wilderness.
no moon. That's a space station.
I
That's actually Eberron.
Ben has obviously struck up a torch at this point to sort of ease the darkness away.
You take damage every turn if you don't, so it's a good thing you did.
What?
It's a
This is not
darkness
Baldur's
thing.
Gate
Yeah.
Oh my god, no spoilers.
wow. It's only been out a year.
The
Damage.
The 2 dragon
been a year,
ladies
that's-
with you, still mostly naked, are shaking. Like you can see that their concern at entering this forest is growing with each passing moment, and there are moments where it seems like they turn to run and realize that there doesn't seem like there's anywhere to go.
Yeah.
You are just in this endless maze of trees with a path that keeps leading you forward. It doesn't divert, it doesn't split, it just keeps going. And the trees keep coming as you walk on and on and on. Is there anything you would like to do?
Just walk.
I'm gonna stay close to the dragons. Just to make sure that they don't wander off by accident,
Yeah.
and also that like they have someone nearby.
And there's nothing like left, right of us. It's just straight on.
You can see darkness and trees.
Are footsteps repeating or relaying fresh tracks in front of us?
Ooh, make a survival check for me.
Oh boy. 11.
You don't
tell.
you don't see any sign of anything that would make you think that you're repeating where you are.
Okay.
I think Teller is going to pull out his lyre because he has a few instruments, and is going to start just like casually playing a tune, just because Fae are weird, and maybe a song will summon them.
What kind of a song are you playing?
Two lovers. Sorry.
It's just like a very calm and somber one to match the place where they are.
Roll a performance check for me.
I'd love to do that. That's fine. Okay. Okie dokie. I just need to check something real fast.
Can I fix this?
A little bit, yeah. 12 ultimately. So
You play a fine song.
It's a song, yeah.
It's a little ditty.
It's just like it's very untuned because Stella never pulls it out. It's like this is completely.
I think that what is especially odd about it is your playing is good. You're good at your instrument, but because of the nature of this forest, the sound just sort of escapes from you, and there's no echo, there's no ricochet, and so the sound just seems dampened by the space and the all-encompassing nature of this forest.
Great for recording, but not great for live.
Oh yeah, if you had a Shure SM7B in there,
It would be so crisp.
clean
Yeah.
audio. There would be no electrical distortion.
It'd be perfect.
Come on.
But an already somber song is dampened even more so by the nature of the forest you're in. And you keep walking. I'm going to change the music here to go a little
dun, dun, dun. That's
better. As you walk. And there's a moment where you realize you're not sure how long you've been walking for. It seems like maybe 2 hours. But the sun begins to rise behind you, and you can feel light on your back. As you turn and see the blues and yellows and pinks of the sunrise. And in that sunrise, you see a shadow of the mountain creeping along the trees behind you. Maybe it was still there. You just couldn't see it for some reason. And the sun begins to rise upon you as you continue your march forward.
Does from that shadow, is there any like proportional like distance to the mountain that we can like suss out?
Interestingly, it's different for all of you. For some of you, the mountain feels very close. For others, very far away.
It's the height thing. Ben kind of just looks around because like Ben's got a bit of a sneaking suspicion that maybe something weird is happening, especially because it feels like we haven't been walking. Anybody else feel like we've not been walking long enough for a full night to have passed?
Yeah.
What's a night?
That's when it goes from light to dark.
Oh no, a full one passed. The sun's coming up.
Okay, thank you. Very astute. I don't know why I'm doing this now.
No, oh, I don't know why I'm doing
What
that.
I'm doing now.
Oh, no, no.
Yeah, Scottish. Get that right back into my mouth. Anybody else
had a
feel like it
nickel.
hasn't
Is
been long
Scottish
enough?
what you've been doing this whole time?
Trying to.
Okay.
Okay.
He's been doing Kender.
No, it hasn't been long enough. It hasn't been long enough, I agree.
Do either of you feel like there's some
weird
sort of...
magic things going on?
It went by pretty quick, yeah.
I know very little of hags, but I do know that
They're
they
magic.
kind of love this weird stuff.
So you think we're already kind of like in our clutches then?
I believe as soon as we stepped foot outside of the mountain, we were, yes.
I'm going to use my divine sense to see if I can't pick up
I
anything.
really like this song. This song's great.
And is once again Celestial Fiend, Undead, or anything hallowed.
Ooh!
That's a
Harvest.
wolf.
Harvesters.
Not Fae, right? Just Celestial Fiend Undead.
Celestial Fiend and Undead.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
Damn, that's a shame. Get that on Fae.
Damn, we need a ranger with favored foe.
I know, right?
Favorite
foe.
Are there any signs?
Oh, if I ever was to do like a Feywild Witchlight thing, not having a ranger whose favorite foe is Fae is like the biggest downgrade. It's the only good thing rangers can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything around that would suggest that this path has been traveled before, or
Yeah, it's a path.
yeah?
It's you're walking on a straight path that is like clearly been used before. It's been walked since before the trees died.
Ben's gonna walk over to one of the trees and just sort of like with holding the head of his axe, sort of like just below the blade,
Yeah.
mark like an X into the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this way, if like I don't know.
If we get lost.
Well, I'm more thinking that maybe it's some sort of loop. This way, at least we can be sure if we don't
No, that's
pass by
a
this
very good decision. I think that's very smart.
And we keep pressing on for a little while longer, keep an eye out for it, and see if the night passes again, or...
You walk for another hour, and the X on the tree never comes back. You
Cal, what's on your mind?
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
You
nice.
looked inquisitive.
I'm trying to put some sort of piece together, but all the puzzle pieces are turned face down. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's weird. I've just felt
I have
uncomfortable
an
ever
idea.
since we left the mountain.
I have an idea. Do we want to meet the hag of the forest?
Would you want to just call out to her?
Hag of the forest! We're wondering if you'd like a spot of tea. Would you like care to join us?
There's no immediate response.
But a delayed one. And
And then she hops in.
yeah.
There was a delayed immediate response.
I didn't want. I want to suggest any form of helplessness or danger from us,
No, just a simple.
because then she could use that. It could use that. They could use that. Whatever.
Also, you have tea leaves on you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
All right. Well, hey, we've been walking apparently all night. We could make some tea.
do we how do we feel? Do we feel tired?
No, you've only been awake for 4 or 5 hours.
We can now see the sun and the mountain and whatnot.
You see the shadow of the mountain behind you, but you can't see the mountain anymore.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if we want to, do you all want to have a bit
Just
of
a
tea?
break. 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe it could
Yeah, let's
be,
cook some food.
Could be
Yeah,
nice.
put the kettle on. Spot of tea.
Spot the tea.
You fully like sit down and I think,
Oh, Kyle, can you make those eggs again?
yeah,
I can.
that's exactly it. We are just like, let's have a nice picnic. It's just a nice
All
little
right.
time. We started having a nice. It's like we do more than we would normally if we were just having a break.
Yeah,
We
I
chuck
still
on
have,
the
you know
tea.
what, my spices and salt that I grabbed last
It's
time.
the whole thing. It's like a full,
Yeah.
Oh, let's
nice
do it, yeah.
smelling. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like a nice thing. And then Taylor purposely puts like a pillow, like a spare one, out
Oh my god.
just in case she wants to join us.
Just bust out the Ouija board too, see if it calls
That's
it.
it.
Yes,
What's
yes.
that?
What's a Luigi board?
So as you guys step off the side of the road, which side of the road are you stepping off?
Oh, I thought we were just going to have it in the middle of the road.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay. Yeah, let's do
Get
that.
off the
So as you
road!
set up in the middle of the road, Cal, how are you preparing the eggs?
No, over easy. Come on.
Over easy. Come on.
Ugh.
I want scramble.
Yeah?
I
Do you, do you have butter and milk near you?
You don't,
Don't look at me like
you don't
that.
actually need milk to scramble eggs.
Yeah, we're not all fucking Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, have you not have Gordon Ramsay scrambled eggs?
This is
They're
why eggs have a very
so fine.
short eatable window. Because
not
you
if you
need-
scramble them and make them fluffy like that.
You got a
They
nice,
need them for a
yes.
while. But no, over easy because you're not a little bitch.
Oh, one time I tried to make eggs with almond milk and it was fucking awful.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
No,
So-
just more butter then.
How do you
Yeah.
how do you milk an almond?
I don't know. I just like someone gave this to me and they were like, "Yeah, it's the
Do they
milk
got
of the
little-
almonds."
they got little wee
Tweezers.
otters.
yeah.
So-
tickle them.
They've got
You all
wee
sit
otters.
down in the middle of the road here. What are you building a fire out of?
One of the trees.
Ooh, maybe not.
No.
I don't want to take anything from the forest.
Ben is like,
Yep.
Grab your axe. Yeah.
you wouldn't have been able to stop it.
I'll go with it. I don't care.
You go with
Oh my
But
god.
because of it, Ben stumbles
Yeah,
and falls
exactly.
into a pile.
There you go.
Alagero is thrown headfirst into the tree and he forgets a spell.
And that spell is Dimension Door. Go fuck yourself. That was the one that you were
You
wanting.
lose your highest leveled spell.
Fuck.
Oh
No,
my
I'm
god.
kidding. Yeah.
I don't want to cut any tree down. Are there? Okay. Question 1: are there dead sticks on the ground that
Yeah,
have
here
fallen
and there.
from the thing?
Yeah, gather
Right.
a couple. Right? What do you
Sure.
think?
I don't want to use the forest until we understand the lay of the land a little better. I don't want to use the forest for our own means, but if anyone has wooden things they don't care about, could we throw like 2 or 3 torches on a pile of on the fire for a bit?
Sure.
Like make a fire off
Just like
torches.
out of our stuff exclusively,
Sure.
so we're not taking anything from the forest.
Awesome. So you build a makeshift fire out of things that you already have on you. And you begin to cook the eggs. There is a awkward moment in it where you pull out the eggs that are somehow in your bag not cracked. It's really a miracle.
Yeah.
And
They're in a carton.
Yeah, I created a shock-proof device.
Yeah, yeah,
that,
yeah.
They just
you created it in like elementary wizard
Yeah, there you
school.
go.
Yeah, and then you threw it off the roof of
It's
the
a-
tower.
Exactly. They
It's
had
a tiny
parachutes and then-
gelatinous cube.
It's
that you shove the egg in, and it's not acidic.
and it just
holds
stays like
it
that. That's
perfectly.
perfect. I have 6 or 7
Well,
of them.
actually,
But there's like a
gelatinous
constant cooling spell on it, so they stay
Yeah.
chilled.
refrigerated as well.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
cooling memory foam.
Wait, There is an awkward moment though as you crack the eggs, where the two dragons have sort of a horrified response to it. And you see the one is still holding that small dragon egg that she's been clutching ever since the basement. And there's a moment of understanding that passes from them, but just a deep sadness in them as they're. I think that in meeting you and you're watching them come more and more aware and come online a little bit in terms of what has happened to them and you know what they've lost.
Cal's like he like half he's single egg cracking like he's Gordon Ramsay, and he like has it out and he kind of looks at it and not us is kind of what he tried to do.
No us.
No us. And then guiltily like puts the shells on the floor and like
they kind of just turn away and like lean into each other over this moment.
It's fucking raw.
While this is happening, Harvest is going to try and like teach them words.
Nice.
Okay.
Like no method. Like she's not this is not something that she would by any means be like good at, but she'd just be like tree, road, like would just like as almost more of a distraction than anything else. Trying to get some more words into their vocabulary.
Tree, road.
Rock.
She like goes to like say like people's names and point to them, and then is like, nope.
Us.
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 Yeah.
Roll
Tara probably joins in.
cooking.
Yeah.
Roll a cooking eggs check for me.
No, they're great.
Just automatically
They're
great.
just automatically
Like
great.
sky.
Yeah.
With advances.
Sky high.
Is it?
That's a movie.
There's no
actually.
mod?
Movie.
Nice. Brian.
War and
14.
Peace.
What's your
War
mod?
and Peace.
Of what? Cooking eggs?
Yeah, what's your cooking mod?
What's
War
my,
and Peace, the longest novel in all of Quell and
what's my
Estate.
cooking mod?
You don't get a mod. Just roll
Sky
d20
High,
for
so
me.
it's a very
14.
timely reference.
They're pretty good.
You
They're
could
good
change
eggs.
that.
They're not Gordon Ramsay eggs, but they're pretty good.
Okay.
You're not Gordon Ramsay.
I'm
Live
not.
with that.
As you eat the pretty good eggs,
No, it's Ivan.
you have this moment of you're teaching some language here. Azul is you do notice he takes some of the eggs happily and is present, but on the opposite side of the group is these two dragons. He seems to be sitting in a way to give them space and to not he doesn't interact with the teaching them words and stuff.
I like this guy.
He gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I just realized this is on that.
It's not recording now.
Oh my god.
I would have flipped.
You would have
Yeah.
never seen me go home that fast. You couldn't even see me. Happens
A
so fast.
hag never appears, but you do have a beautiful lunch.
Honestly, worth it.
The dragons now know a few words. They're not at sentences yet, but they've picked up a couple things. They're clearly quite bright. They understand really quickly.
Yeah. They just haven't had a chance to. Yeah.
And the lunch leveled us up. No, I'm just kidding.
You guys are so thirsty for level ups.
We just like
I
it.
like. Oh my God, you guys are like gay men on Grindr. Just biddy.
I just
wanna
text
kill us off.
level up, question mark, level up,
Level
question
up.
mark.
You are literally already a level ahead. You're not leveling up anytime soon.
I was doing it
Yeah.
for you,
Yeah.
you.
What do you guys want to do? The hag does not show up.
Back up, I guess.
All right. Well, that was
Keep on keeping on.
good
then.
meal.
What if we tried wandering off the path? Maybe the path is the trap, and maybe we're trying to be coaxed into the woods.
I mean, that is.
If we leave
That
the
is
path,
what-
we may never find it again.
And I don't. I understand, and I am for the plan of the Dusk. Whatever the Dusk decides, I'm into it.
The dusk.
There is a difference in feeling to me of going to find someone who is dangerous and purposely wandering into danger. Walking off the path would mean quite immediate, almost drastic danger. Whereas if we found, the hag's hut, we would be more peers than victims.
But what if the hut is off the path.
I think you're probably right. But then it's like, but then my suggestion would be we just keep walking.
Here, let me try. I'll walk maybe 60 feet that way.
Oh God, I feel like we should all do it together.
Well, I mean, that way, if I get lost, you can guide me back.
I'm gonna tie a rope to you
Yeah.
if we do this.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Tie a rope to me.
There's no telling what magic can be even 60 feet away.
We'll go 60 feet that way, 60 feet that way. If we see nothing, we'll keep going down the path.
Okay. As team decision, we will have
That's
with that.
fine.
All right.
That's fine. Tie it tight.
Tie it to me. Just, I
Yeah,
don't know, in case
as
you
an
get
anchor,
like
yeah.
grabbed, you know.
As Bannon makes his way
Or
off
a
the
tree.
path, starting off
Yeah.
to the left, 60 feet away, you can still see him. The trees aren't that dense. And Bannon, you are walking into the trees, but you see nothing but this dead forest.
I don't feel anything, nothing at all.
No.
Okay. I go back and I go the other way.
Same. 60 feet off the path, you're still visible to the
I
path.
think we need to make like a conscious choice to walk into the forest
Yeah.
off of the path together. And this will be dangerous. This will resort in our lives being at risk if we do this.
Well, it would be the first time, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Are we doing this then?
Is this one of those things where you look at a wound and it hurts more because you're looking at it? Like, what if we just go and suspect that nothing will happen? What if there is no danger? What if
Possibly.
What if there is no Hague?
there's no hag?
I think maybe that I should. I don't know how they would respond to it, but I worry about the dragons wandering off. If we don't have a set path to follow, maybe tying them to me and moving together.
Not sure
I
they
actually-
like the idea of being bound again.
That's why I don't know how they respond.
I don't know if it's a bad shout if all of us hold onto a single piece of rope.
That way they're not singled out.
And we can just be us together. Can I feel like I can cast? Is that a check?
You can cast something if you want to try.
No, not like. Did you feel anything when you're silenced, or you can't cast in the when
you
you're
wouldn't be able to speak.
Well, you wouldn't be able to make any noise.
No, or I guess so, but like, is there not anything that you from casting? Or silence is both. It's you can't speak or cast.
We can't speak. You can't cast because you can't speak.
Okay, because you can't
Yeah.
speak. Got it. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Silence
Then never
doesn't
mind.
like negate
Sorry,
magic
I
that's
thought there was.
somatic.
I thought there was a.
It's only verbal magic that's negated by silence.
That makes sense.
God, if only we had someone to talk about Marthuriel the Wizard with. Anything happened with anything happened
That
then?
would be really
Oh, you-
useful.
What do you want to know about him?
No, not you. Not you, cool kid. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant. Okay.
No, it's alright. I was wondering if the hag maybe didn't like Malthuriel, then we
Oh.
could discuss it.
Do they know each other?
Maybe. I mean, she's right here in these woods, and he's up there. Like, there's not a... And both of them are important, powerful spellcasters. There's not a 0% chance that they've spoken.
Okay. He mostly just appeared. I didn't know.
Yes, but...
He kind of just shows up sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we should all hold on to
All
the
right.
rope. We'll show the dragons, just to hold on.
I think we should all tie it to each other, because they can just let go. And it's like, I think everyone should get at least a little tied to it.
Sure.
Alright.
Just around our hips,
All around a wrist.
wrist.
The wrist will use less of the length of the rope, so
Let's do that.
if we each put one hand in it, and we do it first, and then they know that it's okay,
Yeah.
because we're all doing it.
So you're all tying yourselves together to a rope.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
50-foot rope.
The dragons are definitely hesitant at first, but once they watch that you have all done it at different places along the rope, give me the marching order of
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole rope then, if we're going to do this.
Dan's gonna go first because otherwise it's gonna be this weird thing of like the rope going up on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
Aesthetically,
So this way.
Hazel's going to be right behind you then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense.
And then who's after Hazel?
could be me.
Alright.
Okay.
I can go last.
So Cal, Teller, Dragon, Harvest.
in case anything comes up
Yeah,
behind.
sure.
Yeah. I would like to go after the 2 dragons next to Harvest.
Okay.
I'm also going to actually recast these on you.
Oh, yes. Same,
That's a mass
same.
cure. And actually, darling, could you cast a shield into this?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So there's 1 shield, and then 1 mass healing word because that cure wounds is still there.
Yeah, we still have the cure wounds, so... I'm gonna, like, make a sheet for the bracelet. 'cause
Yeah.
That'll be...
So, are you going off the right or the left side of the path?
Is there, Cal, in any of the stories that you remember, I can't remember a single thing, is there something to do with left and right?
I regale my memory of maybe a hummed song or a bedtime story, or anything that says anything like that with hags.
No.
Nothing.
All right.
Ban fishes,
No.
Ban fishes a coin out of his coin pouch. Toss for it.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna
The
say
coin looks at you and says, "Toss me."
even is heads and right. Even is right. Tails. Even is right. Odd is left.
Sure.
That's how that works. Sorry.
I should do a d6 actually.
Cool.
it's
Even.
Would have
the
no
same odds.
difference.
Right it is.
It's
Right it
still.
is.
All right. As you head off the right side of the path from the direction that you were heading, you begin to walk through the woods, these same bleach white dead trees, and they pass. And you're all tied together, wrist to 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 wrist.
Tourist.
Tourists.
You're all tourists in the woods.
Are we not though?
Wrist to wrist.
And rather
tourist.
quickly, maybe after 45 minutes. Not that quick, but on a long hike, that's pretty fast.
Yeah.
You do begin to see a light hanging in the distance. Perfect. And there is a hut that comes into view at the center of the first clearing of trees you've seen. 60 feet across in every direction. There is not one tree, not one root. Just a first glance of brown on the ground. Soil, unlike the dead, dark, black earth that you've been walking on this whole time. And the hut is of odd construction. It is slightly slanted to the left, and it seems like there is some sort of parapet on the top right to your view. That would be a second floor, a small room above. But it's homely with multiple windows, a thatched roof, with green vines, the first living plants you've seen in a while. It seems like a spot of life in the middle of this clearing. And a light on in the window.
Do we want to use this, like, side table wicker basket of many holdings as like a bargaining chip? As like a thing like we could give it to her? Hello! Wonderful, witch of these forests. We come bearing a gift for you.
As you look at the hut, the front door just swings open. And the dimly lit interior of this building is suddenly available to you.
Right.
Deep breath.
Let's go on in.
Us?
Us.
Did
No.
you did you unslip?
Yeah, I think Teller then slips the thing out.
Ban is just
Yeah.
coiling the rope.
Dragons immediately. As soon as Teller's hand is out, their
Yeah.
hands are out.
As everybody starts pulling their hands up, Ban just starts coiling the rope up. Just trudging.
Remember, politeness, no names. Not necessarily always smiling, but try to keep a positive attitude.
Sure.
Walks up to the door, even though it's open, knocks anyway.
You hear a voice from inside. An elderly sort of lilt to it. Hey, yes, come in.
Ah, thank you so much, dear. It's an honor to find your cabin. It took us a little bit.
As you enter inside, you see a hut out of a fairy tale. There's a small fire burning in the middle with a black pot sitting on top of it with the sound of bubbling water. On the walls, you see hanging different herbs, a chicken, different pieces of cutlery and cookware. And when you turn to your right, you see on a large bar height chair, thin, with skin sagging, this female figure with overly long arms and legs that sits spindly like a four-legged spider hanging off of this chair. This long, crooked nose that sloops down to the right off of her face, and two large boils, one on her cheek and one on her, like, right next to her eye. Her hair is stringy and matted with moss. And she sits with her arms up on the arms of her chair, her elbows 5 feet into the air above her in this awkward sort of pose that looks imposing, but she's so thin. She's covered in cloth just across the torso and the crotch, but the skin of her legs hangs off of two thin bones. And same with her arms. She is withering away as she sits on this bar stool over this black cauldron and looks at you all as you come in. Hello. Hello. Hello, Cal.
Cal freezes.
What brings you to my hut in the woods?
We come bearing a gift.
Do you now?
We do. We found this table. It's something that probably your magics could also replicate, but I mean,
It's beyond us.
well, if you can cook, yes, you might be able to cook a dinner, but takeaway is still a fine option sometimes. You might be able to paint a picture, but getting a picture doesn't make it any less special. So we decided to bring it. It also holds many things that you might find useful and fascinating, such as this. It pulls out like a handful of rubies. Puts it back in.
She becomes very inquisitive at seeing the rubies, and you watch as this hand extends, the arm extending over the cauldron as she plucks at the leather strap on your right shoulder and then your left, and her arm gets even longer as it reaches over and grabs the table before it falls and pulls it up over your shoulder and drags it closer to her. It seems like she should not be able to hold it. She's so thin that it seems her strength should not... It defies your understanding of physics, as her small hand clutches this side table, and she begins to spin it. And as her hand spins, the bones in her wrists begin to twist beyond what is possible, as she gets this full 360-degree view. And her hand rests back into a normal place, and she places the side table down next to her and rests her hand on it and looks at you all. Thank you so much.
It's an honor.
If there's nothing else, you may go.
There is something else.
I thought there might be.
We have come here from another place in hopes of stopping some sort of threat to our home, but we don't really know where to go from here. We could go back, but that doesn't really help us. Doesn't really get us anywhere.
A place and a threat. You're so vague.
Well,
But you, in your infinite wisdom, you already know the name of one of our companions.
Well, you spoke his name in my wood.
Did I do that?
Not you.
Oh,
He did.
I did.
oh fuck.
I thought maybe not around in company.
It was clever of you to not. People are so skittish these days.
Well,
Where are you from?
firstly, to honor my friend, my name is Ban.
Ban.
I come from Leggett in Crane, and I'm not doing Scottish right now. I'm doing it now. And I come from Leggett in Crane, and my town has been, it's just going away, destroyed by an army of an evil dragon god,
Takesis.
Thesis.
Yes.
And we have been wrapped into this fight against Takesis. Me because of one of the gods, Solinari, who's taken me on as champion. And
What do you need me for then? You're the champion of a god.
it doesn't quite work like that. I have to rely mostly on my own strengths. And we came here in hopes of traveling to a forest that in our world is known as Sylvanesti, as we assume that this is how they've been traveling by coming through what we believe is the Fey realm.
Yes. The Fey Wild, we call it. Because it is wild.
I'm sorry, I've never been. It's kind of...
Welcome. You've been here before, though. Honor Ladrin. I believe. Do you not
Not what?
believe that you've been here before? You seem confused.
My memory is not what it used to be, you know.
Interesting. You don't seem old enough to have that problem yet.
That's my skincare routine.
Yes. So you want to go to Kryn?
More specifically, we want to go to Sylvanesti in Kryn.
You wouldn't happen to have a map of the Fey Wild?
No, there are many places I could get you in other planes. Kryn is a little difficult.
What's...
It's not connected in the same way, is it?
Well, no, we had to... I don't even know what we did to get here.
Pardon our ignorance.
How did you get here?
There were some bones.
Blood magic. Oh, someone's toying with very dangerous things.
We kind of just put it together based on what the soldiers of Decasis have been doing.
Lucky
Yes.
guess.
Unsurprising. Takesis is not scared easily. There are consequences for what she does, though. There are forces willing to work against her. But you already know that. The gods have returned to Kryn. How interesting.
I know. Just as... I mean, you might very well know the answer as to why. We are still trying to figure that out. But it is quite the revelation on our plane, I tell you that.
Well, if she's dabbling in blood magic between one plane and another, it's understandable that certain gates to the divine could be in danger. Control over certain pathways in the cosmos could be garnered. I could understand why the moons would not want that. I could get you home. Maybe. I could definitely get you home. Is that not something you want?
What do you mean by home?
The mountain where you reside. Dead. Perhaps not.
I'm looking to go back to Kryn.
Well, all right then. It will be tricky. The Feywild is connected to another plane, similar to Kryn in many ways. Humans, some elves that have escaped, devils, call themselves tieflings now. Wizards of that plane can shift much easier than the blood magic that brought you here. You would need a wizard, or you would need more of the magic that brought you here, but that is dark. And acquiring bones that have been purified in that way might be against the kindness of your souls. A better path forward perhaps would be to find someone who is capable of shifting you across planes.
How would we find someone like that here?
Here, no. Perhaps the Queen of the Unseelie Court could assist you in that. The Seelie Court less so. Where you're from, perhaps. There are paths open to you. I can get you to any of those places if you do something for me.
What would you want us to do for you?
Well, my forest is dying, isn't it? You can all see that, yes? There's not enough magic left for 2. And so I split it with my sister. But if you killed her, if you brought me her head, well, then I would be rejuvenated and could do much more for you than I can now.
And who is your sister?
She's like me. You would have met her if you had turned the other way.
Ah.
And she would have asked you for the same thing. We cannot cross the path. But one of us is bound to win eventually. Or the whole forest will die.
Why do you need to win? Why can't you just come to terms with one another?
Because the magic would still only keep one of us alive. We tried it for many moons. We tried, and we watched as inch by inch our home turned white, and the trees stopped singing. And we were left, her on her side of the path and me on mine, with no way to cross, no way except the knowledge that there is magic here for one of us.
So, what if we got your sister to move to another forest or something like that? I mean, surely we don't have to resort to...
No, we are cursed. We cannot leave.
What?
You think I would stay?
I'm sorry.
You think I am incapable of movement? No. I'm stuck.
I can't willingly condemn another who's to death, who's not committed any crimes or any reason to be put to death.
There are... You go.
You said that there's not enough magic here for you.
Yes.
Is there a way to get more magic?
Not that I know.
Then is there a way to break the curse?
If I was aware of one, I would have done it.
Who put this curse on you?
You see her freeze in this moment and then relax. I would tell you if I could.
Frustrating.
You have no idea.
Is that part of the curse that you can't tell us? Does it have anything to do with that wizard up the path there?
I was...
Who?
The wizard up in the mountain, Malthuriel.
Malthuriel. Because your magic...
I've never met anyone by that name.
Oh. Well, they might...
White.
It might be someone who goes by a different...
I believe the reason I'm not allowed to tell you who did it is to protect them from me sending you to kill them instead of my
Yes.
sister.
So if we could figure out who put this curse on you, then maybe we could do that.
No, you couldn't. Charming. And I'm sure you're very powerful. But I promise you, you would not win that fight.
Shame. Well, that is actually... That. Thank you for bringing up, because Malthuriel, this wizard who occasionally goes to this mountain.
Yes.
I was wondering, your own magic. Do you the world around you kind of breathes through you, and that's how you use your magic. Whereas the wizard kind of
Used to.
pulls it from words. And I was wondering, if we got rid of the wizard who lives close, would that return enough magic, give you enough strength to...
Is this wizard within the woods?
No.
Then no.
It's the woods.
It is the woods.
Shame. Okay. Okay then. Is there anything you'd like to say to your sister?
We've said everything.
Shame.
I just need her dead.
Okay. Well,
Not want. Just need?
Just need.
That sucks.
What? Well, that's an interesting thing. What do you want? If there is such a thing.
It's been so long since that's been an option. I suppose, if I'm being honest, I also want her dead.
No.
So that I can go on living.
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
That's
What?
fair.
Not out of malice. It's not out of hatred.
No, of course.
It is simply a want created by a need.
No, I entirely understand. Similar to an artist wants a painting out of their sight. Not because they are sick of it, but because they need to move on.
Yes.
Similar.
She's a painting that I want destroyed.
When you say forest, does this include the divide in the road? Like, for example,
Yes.
if we were to go to, if I'm understanding it correctly, you are on the right side of the road. She resides on the left side of the road.
Depending on which direction you're walking.
Of course. But if we were to go to the other side, because you could still hear us, would you be able to hear us then? Is it like you...
In the woods, yes.
Fantastic.
Once
So
you are
she
within a
would-
certain vicinity of her,
Could
no.
she, in theory then, also be hearing us?
No.
No.
You see, and she kind of stands up, and you see she's like 13 feet tall. And you watch as her body snakes around, like her spine is just liquid. And she leans over to the door, grabs the top of her door frame, and peers down, and that other long arm points through. Once you get to the edge of my clearing, she can hear you. She knows you're here. She kind of like creeps
And the
back into her chair.
The same is for you if we get to her clearing.
Yes, I
But
will
then-
lose sight of you.
Fantastic.
For a time.
Of course.
Until
When-
she's dead.
And then you regain the whole forest.
It would
or
be
would
mine,
you need
yes.
specifically her head for this?
No, I just need her
Just
dead.
need the head for proof.
I would like to speak with her one last time.
Ah, perfect. Of course, of course.
What's
Okay.
at the other end of the road?
Something.
That's true.
If you'd like to try and get there, you're more than welcome.
You almost make that sound difficult.
You'll be back here eventually.
So your needs become our need, it seems.
Perhaps. There are magics that could get you out of my woods. I don't know if you have them. You seem magical in a way.
I don't know if I'm that magical.
Perhaps not. Perhaps not magical enough to get all four of you out.
Not quite.
I'm not sure of your capabilities, but if you can kill my sister, I would be impressed. And then I would do you a favor.
And then magic would return to your beautiful forest and
It would be
thrive,
beautiful.
thrive once more. That's nice.
That is nice.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us and being such a gracious host.
Of course.
Very, very kind of you.
Would you like anything to eat before you leave?
Oh, we actually ate on the road.
I saw. Eggs.
Yes.
Yes.
We didn't realize at the time that you couldn't reach the path of the road.
I heard your invitation.
Yes. Well, my apologies. We would have had it further into the forest if we'd knew.
I understand.
Yes. But we just ate, so I think we're all fine.
Yeah, I believe
Thank
so.
you so much for the
Wonderful.
offer. I really do appreciate it. Again, marvelous host. Shall we be off then?
I guess so.
Wonderful.
Be very careful. She knows you were here. You disappeared and then reappeared. You aren't the first I have sent to kill her.
When did we disappeared when we walked into the forest?
No, you disappeared when you had entered my clearing.
Yeah.
Where she
From
can't
her
hear
eyes.
us.
Oh, and
Yes.
we will reappear.
You will,
Yeah.
yes.
Which
Okay,
means
sorry.
when
The
you leave-
term
which means-
reappeared
yeah.
made me
No,
think
which
that.
means
okay.
she'll know that we're coming from your hut.
Yes.
Now, you sent people to kill her before. Has the same been returned to you as she's...
Oh, of course.
How many travelers have gone through here?
Enough to keep me fed.
Fed?
Yeah.
Well, not all of them are hags. I'm not a cannibal. I just eat other species.
Fair. No, as do we all.
Are they travelers from this realm or travelers from
Sometimes.
others?
Mostly from
But none from Kryn.
rare.
But not.
Not
Unheard of.
never.
I've never. Well,
Just a long
I've
time
never
ago.
sent someone from Kryn to kill her. But she might have sent one to kill me. I did not
You did not know.
keep track.
Of course.
I know
Well-
enough to know of Kryn, but I'm much more familiar with Faerun.
Fantastic. Well, once again, thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
It's a true honor.
I do hope to see you again.
Oh, yes, surely. Thank you very much. Shall we be off then, everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Be
Thank
careful
you,
what
Oscar.
you discuss outside my clearing.
Of course, you can hear,
Well, I can hear you here, but
as she can. That's what the scary thing is. Oh,
yes.
if we were to write, would you be able to see what we write? Just in case we wanted to set up some form of ambush around the hut.
It depends on what language you write it in, I suppose.
So it's like eyes and ears and all the trees and whatnot.
Some of them.
Very good. Well,
Some trees hear better than others.
sure. Do you know anything about her that she won't understand? Any language?
Well, we speak this one. What languages are native to Kryn that you might know?
Kinder speak.
Yes. Yes, I
don't
believe.
know that.
Oh, very good. Kenda speak. We have. Kryn Goblin. I don't know if you know that.
I do know Goblet.
You know
but
Goblin. Fantastic.
I don't know if that has made it across the plains.
Elvish, of
Elvish.
course, has crossed over here. Oh, come on.
Everyone here
obviously.
speaks Elvish.
Do you know Kryn Common?
We're speaking it now, are we not?
Yes, I guess. I
Common
didn't know.
is common.
Well, no, of course, but I didn't know if there was some
Universal common?
form of, or just like a translation. Because I have some sort of ability to, comprehend other people's speech patterns, and
I don't have that.
no,
No.
shame.
It's magic I would like to learn one day.
Well, perhaps you might be able to soon.
Perhaps.
Yes, I unfortunately I did have a story with it. I could have shared it, but I forgot it. I put the page in another journal, and
You
the
watch as
journal's
her
back in
hand
print.
is just sort of like in the box. She pulls out this large ruby.
Right. Well,
Thank you for this.
of course, darling. You enjoy that. We will go. Let us all be gone.
Bring on.
Wanders out. Big breath. I am gonna.
That was in game.
Yep. Both hags heard that.
What would you guys like to do?
I would like to cast Universal Speech, pick these three, and then speak in gibberish because they can magically understand you regardless of the language.
Great.
Wow.
Okay.
So I'm going to speak complete nonsense. So it's just
Yeah.
it's
Nah,
fictional.
but the
That's
Ramana,
so
eller
good.
tuo, eller tuo, how det borde det.
And the two dragons start being like, "Yeah, blah, 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 blah." And you guys all notice that for the first time, you can like understand them. They're speaking in like complicated sentences of nonsense.
Fucking like poets, like they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
No, it's really simple stuff. It's mostly very sad. They're very sad
Yeah.
ladies, but they
Sad ladies.
in their like just noises they're making, you're able to actually understand something of them that they can't understand you.
Yeah.
But like the little noises they make to each other are suddenly coming across as much more complicated thoughts.
Oh wow.
Right. Well, devastating. Unfortunate. It seems like that is truly our only path.
What a shitty chess game between two sisters. Whatever group stumbles upon left or right, they send an assailant.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Unfortunate.
I thought there might be another way out of it.
That's
but-
why I asked what's at the end of the road, but can you try to get there? It has me believe that we can only get there with a more powerful version of what I did in the cave.
Yes. Everyone did very well, though, on being very polite and welcoming. I thought that went very well.
So I'm sorry.
I gave them your name.
No, I
You
think
didn't even know an
no,
intense
I'm
one.
pretty sure that one was me because I asked you to make the eggs. Sorry about that.
I know it's
alright.
like right away when you guys first
Oh,
entered the
really?
forest.
Oh, I thought it was me. Okay.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
right at the beginning of the session.
Okay.
No, you fully was like, and Cal here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like,
Right. Yeah. No, that's fair.
it's not my full name. It's not my no
True.
birth name was given.
I have a part 2 to the name thing. We should have separate names. I was thinking about it. Although, yes, correct, storyteller is not my birth name, but that's not the name I consider. But it's the name I consider my name.
Right, yeah.
Therefore, it becomes my name
Yeah.
through
Right.
act of that. and
It
we
is
should-
how
we should
you
change
are
it.
now
Yeah.
identified. Like you
So
are.
we
Keller.
should change that to
Yeah.
something else. And Harvest, although yes, you had another name, you consider like Harvest is your name, and therefore
Yeah.
it holds the same
Yeah.
power. I think we should change this.
And I don't want them finding out my real name.
No. Strangely, they seem to know that you are from here, but don't know who you are, which is good. Well, possibly, but I mean,
was
why risk
trying to
it?
pretend that I knew what was going on. Did I do a good job?
You did.
I think you did a
Great
great
job.
job.
Right.
But I agree, and anyone that's ever read a history book should not learn your name.
Yeah.
I think it might be interesting if you went by Lord Soth. I'm just thinking of people who might have cursed them, and maybe it was Lord Soth.
All right,
I mean,
you can call me Soft.
I just mean in
Well-
the sense if you're from here.
Yeah.
Struggling today.
No, it's good. You're good. You're
If
good.
you're from here, and Lord Soth came and got you from here, then
Oh, then maybe I shouldn't use that. Maybe that's a bad
no,
idea.
but maybe that's the name that they won't tell us, and maybe that will give some sort of thing away.
Do you also think that maybe they would know you're not Lord Soth? Quite an infamous
But
person.
we could look at their response, and maybe that will give something away.
Oh, very good.
All
I
right.
understand.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, barge into the sister's cabin, addressing Lord Soth.
And
Oh,
for you,
no,
I
wait.
now present
Yeah, Lord Soth.
the Lord
no.
of Dargard Keep.
What was the name of that creature that was called like a drow? That might be from here. So if we're
Oh,
calling
you
by that
mean
name,
the wonderful Cinderlin.
Okay.
perhaps that might.
Cinderlin.
If we
Cinderlin.
call you Cinderlin, then maybe.
Cinderlin and your Lord Soth.
Then
This might cause some devastatingly bad events to occur.
or nothing might happen. Statistically, nothing will happen.
it's more just to gauge the reaction.
Statistically, everything that we do is related
Well,
back
no.
to those two.
Can you imagine?
Statistically, none
Can you
of the
imagine
people have been able
runs
to
back
kill
to the
the other
cabin, opens the door, and
guys.
goes, Cinderlin, Lord Soth! Just like, bang once for yes, twice for no.
But that being said, I don't think I can participate in the murder of a person who I've never met.
That's fine.
Honey,
We'll
we've
do
done
it.
it a lot.
Yes, but those people, we know who they've aligned with. We know that they've aligned with something terrible and evil, and that the cost of killing them saves hundreds and thousands of lives. But we don't know.
In
this
all
hag.
fairness, what he's saying about this hag is they seem like they're being kept here beyond their will, and they doesn't theoretically have done anything wrong yet,
It goes against my
except
oath.
for pit murderous people against each other.
Normally, people are only cursed when they do something horrible.
Horrible.
I actually think the person who cursed them is probably someone out to do good and cursed these two witches, confining them both to their forest to slowly
Yeah,
decay
what if
themselves.
we're gonna
That
wind up
means-
freeing something?
That's what
But
we're doing.
That's all supposition. I don't have any evidence that either of these hags are doing anything outside of just surviving based on their own merits.
So then, what do we do?
I'm not going to stop you from doing what you feel you need to do, but I cannot take part in this.
So you're telling me the hag has us by the throat
The hag hasn't done anything to us.
yet?
Okay, well then let's meet the other one. Let's meet the sister. We can get a decent... We're meeting her anyway, because we're going to meet her.
She
by-
would have interest in talking to us anyway to convince us otherwise.
And
Or she knows we're coming and we're going to get blown up.
she knows we're coming and we're going to get blown up, but we can also... we can also just try to open a dialogue, at least. Do you have anything else to give? We gave a fucking really cool magical item with a lot of rubies, the other one.
Well, she doesn't know that.
Well, we walked in with one, we left without one.
That's true. They can see us.
Yeah, that's true.
I can do I can do.
She saw a desk. That's all she saw.
I just
She saw us disappear into her sister's clearing.
and then leave. However, we did not say that we would kill her sister.
Yep.
Specifically, we were very careful with words. We thanked her for her time, and then we left. We did not agree
we understood
to
what
killing her
needed
sister.
to be done.
How long does this spell last?
An hour.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
If she,
An episode.
We're
Yeah.
at 55 minutes right now. No,
I'm okay if we go over there and we have a conversation. And if she attacks us, then that might change some things, because
Well,
we'll have to defend ourselves. But I can't just walk in there, plan a trap, and murder somebody who's done me no harm and has done nobody I've ever seen any harm.
But Ben, they are doing you harm. We are trapped in the forest.
Yes, but we wandered in here of our own choice. We
As
came to
As
this
as
place.
many people, though.
But you see, we came to this place not knowing at all where it was going to take us. We came here. It's not their fault that we are here. That
should
we're
we-
in this
But it's
Turn
their
back
magic
around.
keeping us here.
I still can't do it.
And also, they are actively responsible for sending other people to their deaths.
Again, though.
And
And
eating them as well.
they asked of us to murder each other, which is not really the most innocent thing, if you ask me.
Except if you what she said was, I need to survive. People do all sorts of things when they need to survive.
Yeah.
Lord
Including
Soth
attacking
also said
us.
he needed
Yeah.
to survive. Lord Soth has done all of that in
the interest of
reasoning to
survival.
survive.
I do.
Hazel
I'm not,
is looking at you all very confused because for the last like 10 minutes, with no explanation, you guys start going.
I see what she, but Lord Soth, we know, has allied himself with an army and is trying to actively murder innocent people. We've seen Lord Soth
I do understand, and I understand
I can't.
the seed of the logic. Mm-hmm. Because these two are of a realm which is not our own realm, where weird trickery things happen a lot. Maybe we can speak to the other sister and we can say, we just want to leave. If you can get us to leave and we don't kill you, then that is the payment.
Or maybe the other sister might know who cast the
We are also
curse.
fully walking the whole time as we're doing this.
and also, you can murder in a different zip code. Doesn't count.
By the oath of my oath to Solinari, that is not how that works.
That's it. That's it. I'm making light of a situation.
Wait,
I'm uncomfortable.
You're terrible at jokes.
I know.
There has to be a way around it, a way to convince them to not try to kill each other.
Right.
But then they both die. They're not going to do that.
It's true. The complacency of not killing either one will
Is
have
killing
both
them.
of them die.
Yeah.
Or we could.
Including us 7.
If we can't get out.
Well, then let's talk to the other sister, see what happens, and
Yes.
I just can't set a trap against somebody I've not spoken to.
Well, we didn't say set a trap.
It won't be a trap because she knows
She knows.
on our way.
She'll see us.
Do we have anything? Can somebody get something to give to this other witch, please?
Ben pulls out the short sword.
The undead killing one.
We could give her this.
Oh, the hilt.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I was actually, you know what's interesting? I was going to suggest that, so that's not a bad shout.
All right.
All right then. Come on.
Thought I created a cool magic item and now it's gonna disappear without ever being used.
It is a very.
Oh, I
cool
It's
could.
very cool
I
magic
could give her my axe.
And my axe.
Could do. I mean, you don't use it.
Not really. We don't fight a lot of ogres.
Immediately the next fight's going to be against 15
I
ogres.
You
know.
only fought one as the big boss of the first arc of the campaign.
Yeah.
Before I had.
But we
well,
didn't.
no,
But
I
he was
didn't
his
know.
axe.
You didn't
I didn't know.
identify it.
I didn't identify it. Yeah, we had it.
I gave it to you to help
I
with
know,
Golkag.
Oh.
Yeah.
We didn't.
We actually thought.
That whole fight, she was looking over your shoulder at this thing like, oh no, when she pulls that out, I'm fucked, and then you just never did.
Nah.
That's
But
funny. All right then.
We still fucked Golkag out.
Sorry, I just read the scroll of Globe of Invulnerability.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Not trading
Single
that.
use.
Single use, but fuck yeah.
yeah,
Single use,
no,
but
we are
Holy
keeping that.
insane.
shit! Learn it, Cal.
No,
Yeah,
I was,
right,
I was trying to think of
sucks.
things
I'm
that you would
not a
have
wizard.
in like what would a wizard have in a laboratory?
Yeah.
And I'm like, something's about to blow up. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
All right then. Go on, left side.
Throw it down.
Yeah, exactly.
We wander on to the left side
Left
of the
side
road.
of the.
As you cross the path into the other side of the road, I would like for you to make a perception check for me. With
Is it-
advantage, because
What do your elf eyes see?
No, it's what does my wolf nose smell?
Oh come on.
what did you roll?
A 1 and a 2.
Wow.
You don't smell shit. It's the exact same.
Or all you smell is shit.
Oh, you smell like shit.
Wow.
Your soda.
Hal's been farting.
The eggs. The eggs.
The real answer
No,
is
they
like
were good eggs.
the real answer is that there wasn't enough eggs for 7 people, and so you guys are running a little bit short on rations here. So you kind of split the meal up in a way where you didn't get enough food, and so as you cross the path and you're sniffing at the other side of the road, you're smelling the remnants of that campfire, and you're just like, God damn, I'm hungry, and you keep going, not noticing anything. One thing you do notice is as you get back to the path, the campfire is directly in the middle ahead of you. You haven't veered in either direction at all.
Oh, very good.
And so as you cross the path and you keep going, it's about equidistant in, as the other hag, whose name you did not get, was from her side of the path. Once more, you start to see that flickering firelight in the distance as you see a cabin with a thatched roof, hanging vines, and a parapet off to the left leading up to a second floor room. And you enter as you get close to a clearing. No, I'm just saying, put it in front of you. There's a clearing. Once more, the earth around it alive in a way that the rest of the forest has. It really does look like a mirror image of what you had just left.
Hello there, oh great witch of this forest. We come bearing a gift. Like picture perfect, I'm saying the same thing. We walk up to the door, knock twice, wait to be let in.
There's no answer.
Hello, we have we met with your sister, as I'm sure you're aware. And we are here to talk.
Polly.
No answer.
Hey.
Maybe come in.
We are like yes.
Nothing.
I like in gibberish really quick. I'm like, what? Okay, this looks exactly the fucking same as the other one to me. Right?
And at that, the spell wears off, and you're just here. From there on, it's just
Nah,
gibberish again.
God damn it!
It'll last an hour, and it was like 45 minutes into the last time.
Alright, it's not that important if they hear this, but like, what if they're not sisters? What if they're the same person divided into two and we can reunite them?
That would be beautiful.
It just looks the fucking same! Sorry.
It does.
It's nice though, it's beautiful. Saying earlier.
What? Are we doing this? Hazel is like,
No, don't worry, don't
yeah,
worry.
he's like sneaking his little
No,
hand
don't do
No,
that.
axe.
it's alright. We're good. I don't think we
Okay.
should. I don't think
You
we
guys
should
just
do
talked in gibberish for a while there, and we started walking
Sorry.
up.
No,
It was-
sorry. we're
Apologies, I
going
do.
to-
I
It's
do
okay.
understand.
We do that
We're gonna go
sometimes.
talk.
I would like to sorry, madam. I do not want to enter your house without permission, unfortunately. We do have a gift. Shield, show the gift. Show the gift that we have. We have a gift.
Ben pulls out the hilt.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a cool magical weapon. It's quite powerful. We found it. Gosh, where did we find it?
We
Found it in
Lord Saul's Keep.
Lord Saul's Keep.
Yeah, in
Wow.
the
York?
prison.
You know him.
Yeah.
Who?
No, don't worry
Pointing
about
to the open door
Oh,
of the house.
sorry.
Not to you.
Yeah, no, it is in my keep.
Yes. That is as long as Teller takes to log back in. Ah, yes, that.
Damn it.
Are you all right, Cinderlin?
Good. Yes.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna kind of walk to the door, like to the threshold, to hold it inside the house without going in.
As you get close enough, you can see in enough that you can see that placement where the chair was in the other hut, and you see a similar chair with nobody in it.
All right, I hold it there and see if arm comes out of nowhere.
Nothing happens.
Well,
If you do not answer our request to come in, the door opening, we will because the door has been opened, we will take that as allowance to walk in. We will take that as you saying we are allowed to enter this threshold.
And silence as agreeance.
The only sound you hear is the bubbling of the cauldron in the middle of the hut.
Hopefully, trickery, that's fine.
Yeah, Cal actually walks up to the door first.
Okay.
Kind of not with a tentative fuck it attitude, and he just loud enough that it's, I don't know, he's not yelling it, he's just like, no bullshit, we're not here to hurt you, we just want to talk, we're in this for the better of everyone else. And he walks in.
Great. As you walk in, you see the hut is so similar, it's eerie.
Yeah.
Where there was a chicken hanging in the other hut, there's a goat. Some of the plants are different. But for the most part, it is a very mirrored experience.
Yeah.
And as you look over at this large chair that housed the gangly hag in the other, because the chair's empty, you can now see beyond it. And there is a spiraling staircase behind the chair to your left. Spiraling up to that parapet room on the second floor, and also down into a depths unknown.
Clearly, your sister got interior decorating from you, because this is a beautiful house, and hers is very similar. Except without the finer touches of the goat and the mint, I can see.
hello?
You said there's light coming from upstairs?
No,
No.
just the fire in this room.
But there was light coming from upstairs in her sister's place. So perhaps she is down rather than up.
Yeah.
Shall we go down?
What is
there?
up?
Oh, nothing. I just don't like this.
We were permitted entrance into the house.
No, that's fine. I just don't like people fucking around. That's all.
Well,
I believe we...
she might be thinking we're here to kill her, which
Should
now
I
I
not?
hope, and he kind of says it a little bit louder. Now I hope you know we're not. But
Let us
leave.
leave. I was going to
No,
say
no,
let
us go.
move down.
Yeah.
Move further in.
Ben is kind of like tentatively following everybody in this, like at the back.
Ben, it's all right. I think.
Cool kid. Would you mind awfully going to the road back to the campfire
Okay.
but with our two friends?
Oh, you want me to like... Yeah, but
Just-
like babysit.
More bodyguard than babysit. Just because we'll be back.
Am I going to get attacked?
No,
Well, no.
bodyguards don't
okay.
always get attacked. It's the same.
Isn't that kind of what they do?
They're there
No.
to look intimidating.
Yes.
Oh, you think I'm intimidating?
You're a very,
Okay.
Yeah, when
you're a
you
very
get pissed
strapping
off,
young
you're
man.
quite
His silver
also
scales
strong.
flush a little bit. It's like, yeah, all right. Are they going to come with me?
I think so. If we
I
talk to him.
would hope.
And he just kind of like
because
looks
it'd
at them
be-
and goes, "Us," and they're kind of side eyeing him, and not the kindest way.
Yeah.
Cal-
But they nod hesitantly
Yeah,
after looking at you guys.
I think Teller will like go to them and be like, us.
Yeah,
Here.
Cal's hand is on Hazel's shoulder as well too.
Come on,
Yeah.
let's go. And they,
They still have the weapons that Teller gave them.
yeah, they're both
Like
pull
two
their
little knives.
little knives out and follow him out
Great.
to the forest.
Yeah.
And they head their way back to
Alright.
the path.
All right, that's good. All right, it's the Astral Dusk. It's the Prime Dusk team now. So
I'm Dusk.
Prime Dusk.
I say, yeah. Shall we go down? Don't touch anything. Don't do anything that would be
Touch
rude
anything,
from a
please.
house guest
We are
perspective.
guests in the house.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shard. I appreciate that.
As you approach the stairwell down, the house, all of the bits of it, the spiraling staircase, all the house, it all looks built out of lumber, and there's a hardwood floor on the bottom of this cabin. But where the stairs begin to go down, it gives away from this created space into a natural space that has been carved into a downward staircase. But it is just the earth that you are stepping on. The walls are slick and moist with moss, and you see mushrooms grow. And this is a wild, natural space that you enter into as you make your way down this spiraling staircase that goes down a little bit further than a story, maybe 15 feet. And you come upon an open doorway, a portal into an underground cavern that extends much farther than you expected. As you pass out into this open space, you see that this space encompasses about as far as the clearing above would. In some directions, you can see all the way to the edge of that clearing. In others, there does seem to be walls and a door. In front of you, there's a small herd of goats that are chewing on the moss and lichen of the ground around a well that has been built into the ground in the middle of this space. But you don't see a hag. What would you like to do?
It's really hard to give a gift to someone that you can't find.
Would you mind awfully if we took rest, a seat for a small amount of time? Any sign will do.
There's no answer.
All right, no resting.
Can I just kind of like wander and see what's up with the goats?
Sure.
Is there anyone that feels odd?
Roll an investigation check for me.
It's like the weird oxen.
Yeah. Is it gonna go like moo?
Yeah.
Investigation. It's only 13.
Nothing odd. They
Yeah.
just seem like goats. There's one that's like all black. That's a little creepy. You're like, that seems devilish. But other than that,
Ben's gonna walk over to the well and sort of peer down into it.
great. Roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
And Cal goes, "Saved your life," as I pretend to push you out.
Saving throw. Saving throw.
And if you fall down this well, we can make a really good Lord of the Rings reference.
In fact, you should fail the roll just because.
Yeah.
Why is it plus? Is that because of the thing?
I'm getting ready to close the book.
Yeah, it is. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a 10.
Okay, there you go.
As you look into this well, the world around you goes dark and black. And all of a sudden, you find yourself in a column of people. Around you, there are banners, red dragon claws. And in front of you, you see 30 Kender walking.
Oh.
Long line chains around their wrists. And to your right, you see your father
Different Lord of the Rings.
as he walks slowly
Fuck.
forward. Above you circles a blue dragon that is making these aggressive noises, spurring the army into march. And to your left, you look over and you see, holding the end of this chain, leading these Kender on with this army, Martin Rootbill. And they're just walking.
Do I see where we are?
It looks a lot like the countryside around Leggett. The countryside around, not particularly Calamon, but closer to what you know to be Malgoth, over on that side of the river. And in this moment, you see your father and you look, and he looks at you, and you see his thin. He was already aging, but he looks haggard. His feet, no shoes. His hands blistered. And as he looks at you, there's a moment of recognition as his eyes, as they go black, and the world around you begins to melt away in a horrifying visage that ends with you standing on a pool of blood, alone looking at a bright red sky. And in that moment, you wake up again, and you are seated with your back against the well. There's tears streaming down your face, and your friends looking down at you as you had this vision.
Hey,
It's okay. It's all right.
You good?
What have I done?
What did you do?
We shouldn't have come here. There's people who are suffering. This was a terrible idea. I saw my father's face. He looks so bad. There's a dragon. A blue dragon. Flying. Martin's there. The sky was red. And a sea of blood at my feet. We have to go back. I have to go back. What are
We want to. We're trying to.
what are we doing here?
We're trying to find a way back. It's gonna be okay.
Why did we do this?
Hey. They could just be. Hold on. They could just be playing into your fears. Just breathe. Breathe for a second.
These people need me. They need Solinari. They need someone to defend them, to stand up for them, and we're lost in the middle of nowhere, and these hags are just playing with us.
She's not here. Or not that we found. Let's leave.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the other and report the news.
Yeah.
We didn't check upstairs.
There are doors to some of the walls in this space. As you look around, you see that there are rooms down here.
I'm just gonna start like kind of almost like aggressively just like flinging them open, like frustrated.
Yeah, you kick open one, and behind it, it's a storage room. You see there is sacks of grain. There seems to be items that are in like crates and things that do not come from this place. It does seem like there's some amount of trade that this hag is capable of getting, like fresh fruits in to a place where most things are dead. Mm-hmm. And but she's not in there. And you go to the second door. So basically, like there's two kind of. When you come down the stairs, it's sort of like a pizza, and the wedge behind the stairs. You kick down the door on one side and you find a storage room. As you go around to the other, which is going to lead to a much larger space, as you kick the door in, you immediately see hanging from the ceiling a body. A dragonborn. Not a draconic like the ones you know, but it reminds you of a draconic at first. It's dragon head.
But it doesn't have the
Beautiful
wings.
blue scales. No wings. And the veins of the arm have been ripped open. And same with the legs. And you are immediately shocked by the visage of a very similar hag to the one you saw in the other building. And she's reaching up, and she takes a long fingernail into the vein that has opened, and she pulls out a thread of muscle from an arm as this low gurgly moan comes from the body hanging there. And she takes that, she looks over at you as she magics a needle onto the end of it, and she begins to sewing that thread of muscle into a quilt that lays across her lap to the left. As she builds this quilt of muscle and tissue across her, and she looks up at you. Hello. You've come from my sisters.
The fuck? I found her.
And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
On!
Oh my god, what the hell?
That's fun.
I love gross shit.
I like a little body horror.
I love.
Oh my god.
horror.
Part of me was like, do I just fucking stab her right now?
Just fucking go.
Oh,
yeah,
be
start singing.
polite. Would you like my dagger, bitch?
That's enough 40 minutes. That's a good length for an episode,
Oh
I think.
my god, that went by so fast.
Ooh.
How you guys doing?
Uncomfortable now, but good.
You good,
Love.
Ryan?
Yeah,
Just want to make sure.
Hey, I'm just trying to get it all down.
No, of course. Just out of game, I like to make sure.
My character's morality is so much different than like mine, and
Yeah.
so it's like I'm not gonna say anything because Harvest would just fucking mark this hag like I did.
We'll see what happens when we get back together to record 26. This was 25. We're a quarter of a century old.
Yeah, baby.
Damn, let's go.
Let's go. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Nerdy. I'm the GM.
RobRusso.music.
I'm Brian Kling, and that's a secret.
Well, you just revealed it.
Shit! Fans know all of your real names now.
Yeah.
That's true. Claris Polaris.
Captain Crail.
Robert's
you-
is not my real name.
If you
Sorry.
give a head your Instagram handle, you are officially AI now.
That makes
That's
sense.
how it works.
Fucking Christ.
Do something internet, y'all. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.